With so many answers, where do we go from there? Learn the lessons, figure out what matters, wondering if we dare.
What are you watching?
The Partridge Family. Lori's my favorite partridge.
I know. Mr. Bustle, are you fantasizing about being Laurie Partridge again?
No.
Well, stop it! We have a time for Partridge Family hijinks. We're here to meet our client, Mrs. Vivian Van Sheridan, the mother of the deceased bride.
Oh, I am so sorry. I'm out of cream. I've been so stressed about my daughter's death.
Now, that's okay. I take my coffee black.
Well, I don't.
But It will do. This is the best black coffee ever.
Please, continue with your story, Mrs. Van Sheridan.
Well, everything was going fine until the night of the bridal shower. And the last guest had just left, and Navia and I were cleaning up, and the doorbell rang. I go and open the door, and there's a wedding shower gift sitting on the stoop. I bring it in to Navia, and she opens and reads the card.
Sorry I missed your shower. Enclosed is something that will make all of your troubles fade away. Happy nuptials. There's no name on the card.
Well, that's odd. Why would someone leave a gift with no name on it?
Excuse me, Mrs. Van Sheridan, but I have a query.
You are a query. What was in the bag?
That was my query.
Mrs. Van Sheridan? Mrs. Van Sheridan?
Oh, yes, I am Mrs. Van Sheridan, and you are...
I'm Nicholas Russell, and he's Nick...
We're the detectives you hired to help find out who was responsible for your daughter's death.
Oh, my, I am so distraught. I keep blanking out.
Yeah, but does she have to keep blanking out at all the good parts?
Do go on.
Well, the doorbell rang.
We know that already. What was in the bag?
The bag? Oh, the bag. Navia then opens the gift, and she pulls out a bottle of prescription pills.
Pills? Why would someone give me a bottle of pills? Do you think it's a joke?
Well, it isn't very funny.
You're right. That wasn't very funny.
Is that a tape of the wedding?
The wedding? Yes, my brother took it.
Did he tape any other parts of the ceremony?
I'm not sure. I think he did. You can take it if you think it will help.
Uh-oh, about to run out of tape. I'll go get another one. And I got a tinkle.
TMI. Just go get the tape. And don't forget to wash your hands. Oh, Danny.
Okay. Oh, Navia, here. Take this. This will make you feel much better.
Thanks, Danny. Now let's go get some water.
What did you do?
Oops. I ate too many baked beans at lunch. Sorry.
Not that. I mean, why did the video suddenly stop?
I think the tape just ended. Duh.
We've got to figure out who walked into the room and what those pills were.
Those are all very interesting questions. Now let's pop in Big Mama's house.
Oh, okay. That's a great idea. Stop this tomfoolery and let's get our bums in the car so we can go talk to the maid of honor.
So how do you know she works here?
Mrs. Van Sheridan told us. Don't you remember?
Ooh, pansies.
You rang?
Wow. You're like the Jolly Green Giant. Only not so jolly or green. Mr. Mickey D.
I prefer Mr. McDaniel.
We would like to speak with the maid of, Danny.
Follow me.
Mr. McDaniel reminds me of someone, but I just can't put my finger on it.
You have visitors, madam.
Thank you, McD.
She can call him that, but I can't.
I'm Danielle St. Christophe. How can I help you, gentlemen? Planning a funeral? Flowers for a special friend? Your commitment ceremony, perhaps?
No, and definitely no. I think she gets that we're not a couple.
Could have fooled me.
My name is Nicholas Smythe, and this is my partner, business partner, Nicholas Russell. We're private detectives.
Hey, Danny, what's up?
It's Danielle. So why are you here?
Well, according to Darwin, there was this big bang.
Yes! We're here to inquire about Navia Van Sheridan. We were watching a wedding video and saw you give her some pills.
Struck a nerve, did we?
No, I meant to break that. Listen, I can't discuss this here. Can we meet later this evening to discuss this over drinks, perhaps?
Throw in dinner and you got a deal.
Drinks will be fine, Miss St. Christophe.
Meet me at this address at 8 p.m.
One final question. How much are those pansies?
What was all that about?
They're investigating Navia's death.
Well, Danielle St. Christophe may prove to be a promising lead. I guess we'll find out this evening.
Lurch.
What?
Mr. McDaniel reminds me of Lurch, from the Addams Family.
Let's review what we know.
Well, boys have a penis and girls have a vagina.
About the case, nincompoop.
Oh, I got nothing.
Figures. Well, Mrs. Van Sheridan seems to blank out right in the middle of her sentences.
Well, she was able to show us the odd shower gift, and she did provide us with the wedding video.
And I'm not 100% certain, but I detected something peculiar about Danielle and Daniel.
Yes, me too. Which one's Danielle?
We have just enough time to pay a visit to the church to try to figure out who the mystery person is on the tape.
Our church is only open on Sundays.
Get in the car.
Good afternoon. I'm the Reverend Lynn Lewis Landymore. How may I help you?
Ay caramba, so many names.
I'm Nicholas Smythe, and this is Nicholas Russell. We're private investigators, and we want to inquire about...
Pardon me, Reverend Landymore, but you got an important call on the telly.
Thank you, Mrs. Bradbury. Excuse me, I'll be right back.
You take Mrs. Bradbury, and I'll take Reverend Landymore.
Take her where?
Just talk to her about Navia and Hamilton's wedding. See if she can remember anything about that day.
Oh, okay. That's easy.
Sorry about that. So what brings you to our lovely church?
We are investigating Navia Van Sheridan's death.
Sorry about that, my finger slipped.
Yes. It's always difficult to lose a member of your flock. And such a lovely member at that. What a waste. I mean tragedy.
Okay. That was a little creepy. Do you recall anything unusual happening at the ceremony?
And how long have you been the church organist, Mrs.?
Valerie Bradbury, but everybody calls me Mrs. B. And you're Nicholas?
Yes, and everybody does call me Nicholas. Except him. He calls me Mr. Russell. I just can't get him on board with calling me by my first name.
Interesting.
Really?
No, are you kidding? I've been a church organist now for 5 years, and I got a confession to make.
About Navia's death?
Heavens, no. Every now and then I take a nip of the old sacramental wine, to get me ready for showtime. And I noticed Someone other than me had tampered with the bottle of the blessed booze the day of the wedding.
Ah, yes, the blessed booze. And you're in here most afternoons practicing?
You betcha. Can't get this good playing the organ sitting on your arse watching Dr. Phil and drinking appletinis all day.
I hear you, girl. Do you ever play any requests?
You mean like show tunes? This is a church, not some gay cabaret. Well, I need to take a break outside. Fag!
Excuse me? Oh, I don't smoke. Thanks.
You know, some people think we're only open on Sundays.
Yes, I know.
But God's house is always open.
So, anyone can come in here at any time of the day?
There are no locks on God's house. Except between the hours of 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. You just can't be too careful these days. Your partner seems a little queer.
You noticed, but you get used to it. Back to Navia.
Excuse me again, my flock calls.
Lovely altar. Is this solid oak?
It is, and I'm so sorry.
About the oak?
No, we'll have to finish our chat later. I have a slight emergency I have to tend to. Mrs. Bradbury!
Yo!
We are needed over at the retirement home, if you'll excuse us.
Certainly. What are you doing with that?
Borrowing it. I think we should have the contents analyzed. Mrs. Bradbury said that someone may have tampered with this the day of Navia's wedding.
How did she know that?
Trust me, she knows.
Well, if you're borrowing that, I am borrowing this.
Why?
We saw Navia sipping from this on her wedding tape. The wine went into the chalice, the contents went into her. So let's get going. We have an appointment with Jack Asp.
Oh, I hate going to Jack Asp's crappy crime lab. It smells like cheese doodles and flounder. Oh, he smells good, just his office stinks.
Go.
Well, if it isn't my two favorite dicks.
He said dicks. That Asp is one funny scientist.
Good afternoon, Jack.
What brings you guys down to my crime lab today? Murder, mayhem, tainted stool sample?
No. This.
Well, I don't get off work until 6, but I guess one drink wouldn't hurt. It might even help.
This is not a social call.
Too bad. I always seem to need a drink when you two show up.
We need you to examine the contents of this bottle and this chalice.
No! You detectives are so gullible. You should have been here earlier when I was examining a urine sample.
Yeah, too bad we missed that.
I got a lot of things on my plate to clear off first, and then I'll get to it. See you dicks later.
Not if I see you first. We'll see you later.
Now, I clearly remember ordering the large appletini.
Okay.
Miss St. Christophe.
Please call me Ms. St. Christophe.
Very well. Ms. St. Christophe, what can you tell us about the pills that you gave Navia?
They were given to me by Hamilton to give to her in case she became nervous before the wedding.
Where did Hamilton get the pills?
I thought you already knew. Hamilton is the local pharmacist.
Really? Then why didn't he just give the pills to Navia?
Because he didn't want to upset her, so he gave them to me, knowing that I would be with her the whole day.
Hope you're not driving tonight.
Good Lord. That's a freaking big-ass appletini. So, are you saying that Hamilton might have poisoned Navia?
I don't know, but, here are the pills. maybe you can have them analyzed.
You're pretty. And you're smart. You're pretty smart. Just like a little kitten. You're very pretty. Just like a kitty. Who's a pretty kitty? You. You.
Oh my God. Please allow me to apologize for Mr. Russell's babbling. As soon as Mr. Russell comes to his senses, we'll send this over to the lab and have this analyzed. Oh, waiter. We're going to need some coffee over here. I think we're going to need one a little larger than that.
Okay, if you insist.
Is it me? Or am I shrinking?
It's you.
Maybe the apothecary can recommend something for my hangover.
Apothecary? This isn't 1812. I think they like to be called pharmacists these days.
Whatever, I'm drunk.
Besides, we're here to observe, not ask questions.
For relief of minor bloating and cramps, no. Do not take while operating heavy machinery. Well, no problem there. Ooh, may cause dizziness and nausea. Oh, I already am.
I think Hamilton looks a little too chummy with... Oh, put those down.
Ow! Now my hand hurts, too.
As I was saying, I think Hamilton and his assistant look a little too flirtatious, considering he just lost his fiancée.
Great. Can we get lunch now?
We just finished breakfast less than an hour ago. As a matter of fact, we have an appointment.
Well, first off, this wasn't a very good year for this wine. Secondly, I found like 1,000 prints on this thing, so no help there. The test I ran on the wine came back negative. I'm afraid this is just your average run-of-the-mill bottle of Blue Nun.
Well, at least it's a religious wine.
Be that as it may, this stuff goes for $3 a pop. Plus, it stinks. I still gotta run some tests on the chalice. Give me a call later this evening. Make sure it's after CSI. That Catherine Willows is such a hottie.
Very well. Talk to you later, Mr. Asp.
Yeah, later, Asp.
Okay. Ooh, a CSI marathon.
What did you boys find out?
For starters, we watched your daughter's wedding tape.
And it wasn't shot very well. Should have sprung for a pro.
And we discovered a dark, shadowy figure lurking about in the background at the church, who turned out to be the Minister Landymore.
We also discovered that the church organist, Mrs. Bradbury, is a big old lush.
She also brought to our attention that someone had been tampering with the blessed wine the day of the wedding. So we had the wine and the chalice taken to the crime lab for tests.
And we're currently waiting for those results.
Then we met with Navia's maid of honor, Daniel St. Christoph, and the best man, Daniel McDaniel.
At her flower shop.
And she wasn't much help. So here we are.
That's it? No motive?
Not yet.
No suspects?
Still working on it.
No reason for me to pay you then?
Whoa.
Wait a moment. The day is young. We still have people to question.
Places to check out.
And honestly, we need the money from this case.
Saving up for a new magnifying glass.
Well, quit flapping your gums, hit the road, and bring me back results before the year is over.
Hello?
Smythe, it's Jack Asp.
Good evening, Mr. Asp. Have you completed the test?
I have. Is Nicholas there, Nicholas? You two always seem to be together.
We're not joined at the hip, but I can get him in on a three-way.
I really don't get into three-ways.
Oh, James, may I take your order?
Oh, hey, Hop Sing.
My name is not Hop Sing, it's Victor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Hop Sing. I didn't hear you. I was just finishing up a Bonanza marathon on TV Land. Oh, hang on. I have another call. Hello.
Mr. Russell, I have Jack Asp on a three-way call, and we need to talk to you.
Oh, okay. But hang on a minute. I am finishing up an extremely important call on the other line. Where were we, Hop Sing?
Look, you need to get it through your thick skull. My name is not Hop Sing, okay? It's Victor. Chiwa, she, who, Keeshop.
You don't have to speak Chinese to me. I know your restaurant's authentic.
Look, do you know what you want to order? You stupid cracker?
Well, I want egg noodles, not crackers, and I want a number 7.
Okay, so you want the chicken and lo mein surprise. Okay, it's gonna be a surprise when you bite into it.
Oh, isn't that sweet? But I want the number 8 and the number 9 and the number 15 too. Scratch the number 7, no, lose the number 9 and add the number 11 and hold the number 2 that comes with the number 15.
Okay, look, I'm gonna hold your number 2, but you need to make up your mind what you want to order, because my notepad's starting to look like a damn math problem. Jackass.
Oh, thanks for reminding me. I have another call. Talk to you later, Hop Sing. Hey guys, sorry to keep you waiting. What's up?
My blood pressure, you dolt. Mr. Asp has some important news to share about our case.
What's the poop, Asp? What's the...
When I tested the chalice, I discovered a chemical residue on the rim.
And?
Glad you asked. And it turned out to be acidified theoria.
Good Lord.
Asinine theohuxtable?
Acidified theoria. Or to you stupid lay people, silver polish. You know, Tarnex.
Do you think that's what killed her?
Good question, but the trace amount I found wasn't enough to kill anyone.
And you called us for that?
Hey, I wanted to keep you on the loop. I'll let you know if anything else turns up. I'll call you later.
Mr. Russell, let's meet in the morning at Starbucks, around 9.
Sounds great. Ooh, gotta go. I think Hop Sing is here with my order, and I really hope he held my number 2.
Well, I've been holding my number 2 through this entire phone call. Goodbye.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Pertaining to the case?
Oh gosh, no. Kohl's is having their semi-annual half-off 2-hour-only clearance sale on all their porcelain bovine collection.
What?
All the cows are on sale.
I know what bovines are, but what does that have to do with anything?
Absolutely nothing. But this does. There's a wake for Navia today at 5 p.m. at Lee's funeral home. Damn.
Now what?
The wake and the bovine sale are going on at the same time.
That would be a great time to confront all of our suspects.
At Kohl's?
No, you moron! At the funeral home!
Oh. Hey, looky there. Oh.
Oh, the entire bovine collection. I'll have to check that out. Oh, bloody hell, I got that wake at 5.
Mrs. Berryberry and Daniel are leaving. I'll follow them. You head over to the pharmacy and keep an eye on Hamilton and Maripage.
Ciao.
It's Mr. Smythe.
It is. And you're Mrs. Blueberry?
Bradbury. So where's your cohort?
He's out.
I know. Fag?
Well, I think he prefers to be called gay, but... Oh, no, thanks. I don't think I need a smoke to get a nicotine fix in here. So, you play pool?
I might. But I'm not very good.
I see. Minnesota Fats should be so lucky. I have a few questions I would like to ask you.
Shoot. I mean, really shoot.
What's this?
It's a billiard cue, Sparky. You'll have to play me for the answers. If you sink a ball, I'll give you an answer. If I sink a ball, you'll have to pay me $2 a drop. I'll even let you go first. Deal?
$2? That's robbery.
Robbery's such a strong word.
What would you call it?
Robbery, but it's a strong word.
Fine. I don't have time to argue. I'll just take any losses out of Miss Russell's salary. Are you and Daniel McDaniel in cahoots? And by cahoots, I mean some kind of money-making scam?
Scam is such a harsh word.
And what would you call it?
Oh, a scam is just a harsh word, that's all.
I'm going to be blunt. Are you and the best man connected with Navia's death? Maybe one of you is blackmailing the other to keep his or your mouth shut?
Blackmail, scam, robbery. You certainly can call 'em, Pally.
Just answer my question. After all, I did sink my ball.
Oh, quit your jibber-jabbering. Daniel McDaniel and McD, as I like to call him, and I, that's it to your neck shot.
Right. You were saying?
Damn, you're not terrible. Who's scamming who here, Mr. Man?
You and McD are?
In business together. He brings the... to be continued until your neck shot.
Blast.
These inexperienced players. And... if this private investigator gig don't work out for you, you won't go into business with us.
No. I'm not really into the whole pool shark thing. So, I won. Spill the rest of the beans?
Okay. Over here at the bar, I need a pint.
Shampoo girl.
Yes?
Miss Carrington is ready to have her hair washed.
I'm on top of it. Oh, get it? On top of it? Top of her head?
Unfortunately, I get it. Are you new here?
Just started this very second. Who are you?
Your employer, Isadora Pomme de Terre. Now carry on.
I did not see that coming. Ooh. Well, I would simply kill for hair like yours. Or any hair for that matter. Speaking of killing, know of any good murders that occurred recently?
What?
Well, I was reading in the newspaper about the death of a local bride last weekend, and if I'm not mistaken, the groom's last name was Pomme de Terre, the same last name as my employer here at the House of Hair Salon.
The name of this salon is Hairstyles by Pomme de Terre. Hey, you're not Roberta.
No, Roberta had an unexpected fall and I think broke a hip. I'm her replacement, Nikki. So, what do you know?
Well, I know that you're washing my hair with the conditioner.
About the bride.
I don't know anything about the wedding. And why does my hair smell so lemony fresh?
Oops, sorry. Nice and sudsy. We're gonna have some clean hair here, girlie. Oh, gotta get that dander out. Okay. All right. All done, I think.
Thank God. I hope you're not expecting a tip.
No, but I have a tip for you. Stay clear of any mirrors.
Thanks for the beer, mate.
That's the least I could do. Now, what about you and Daniel, and how does all of this tie into Navia's untimely death?
I don't know what you've been drinking, but none of this has anything to do with Navia's death. Absolutely no idea what caused Navia Van Sheridan to drop dead on the day of her wedding. Except, nah.
What?
Well, I could be wrong. After all, I'm just a simple-minded church organist / pool shot. But on the day of the wedding, I did see Navia popping a lot of pills. But I'm sure I'm wrong. Fear not.
No thanks. Then what are you and McDaniel doing here?
I hustles the losers that he brings me, and we split the profits. He's saving to buy his fiancée Danielle an engagement ring, and I'm saving to buy myself a large-screen 68-inch HD TV so I can watch me Benny Hill.
But pool sharking?
Hey, the church pays squat. Forgive me, Lord.
All of this for an engagement ring and a large-screen TV?
68-inch, huh?
One more question.
This'll cost you another beer.
Right. How did you and Daniel hook up?
I hustled him at pool one evening. Took him for a good chunk of change. We chatted a while, and he told me about Danielle and how he was working 2 part-time jobs to save enough cash to buy an engagement ring.
But doesn't Danielle own the flower shop where they both work?
She does. But he doesn't want her to buy her own engagement ring. But he's got pride. And he wants to buy the ring himself, with money he doesn't have. I felt sorry for the lug. I decided I can't have him, I'll help him. Oh, Lord Almighty!
What's wrong?
Blimey! I've got to get to Lee's funeral home.
You going to Navia's wake too? But it's only 1 o'clock, and the wake isn't until 5.
Takes time for a girl to get presentable.
And you think you'll be ready by 5?
Plus, McDee's gonna be there, and you never know, I might get lucky. Hey, you can't blame a body broad like me for trying. Got a scoot. See you at Lee's.
So, what did you find out?
That Mary Page girl's a big old biatch. And you?
Mrs. Blueberry has the hots for McD.
McD, Blueberry, what the? Did you go to McDonald's without me?
That crotchety old church organist is smitten with Daniel McDaniel.
Ooh, I did not see that one coming.
Neither did McD.
Well, what's next on our agenda, Smythe?
Mrs. Huckleberry
Bradbury
mentioned that Navia was popping pills prior to the ceremony. Maybe we need to pay another visit to Hamilton Pomme de Terre. You take his left side, and I'll take his right side.
All right.
Oh. Hamilton Pomme de Terre?
Yes, I am. How may I help you?
What do you know about Navia's death?
What's going on with you and Mary Page?
Did Navia have any enemies?
Where can I find the hemorrhoid cream?
Nothing, no. Aisle 8. Who are you two?
Hey, we're asking the questions here.
I'm Nicholas Smythe. This is Nicholas Russell. We're private detectives.
How do you do?
I said all I have to say to the police. If you have any further questions, you can direct them to my attorney. Good day, Deputy Fife. Shamu.
Hey, rudeness. I know, I've retained a little holiday weight lately.
Since Thanksgiving 1988. One final question before we go.
What?
What does Nexaproxine do?
It's an antidepressant. Why?
You just let us worry about that little detail. And one more thing, Mr. Pomme de Terre. Aisle 8. Okay, thanks.
Aren't you the shampoo girl?
I am not the shampoo girl. I don't work for you. I work with him.
Who are you two?
I'm Nicholas Smythe, and this is Nicholas Russell. We're private investigators.
We're here investigating the death of Navi Van Sheridan.
Oh, then let's go in my office to talk.
Navia's death came as a shock to us all. She was more like a daughter to me than a future daughter-in-law. I loved her very much, and I still can't believe she's gone.
And your son feels this way too?
Oh, he's devastated. He's having a very hard time coping.
Then why is he dating so soon after his wife's demise?
Dating?
Well, we've seen your son and his work associate, kind of lovey-dovey around town.
I wanted to raise Hamilton's spirits. I encouraged him to go out with Mary Page. I know she's very fond of him.
You don't think that she was so fond of him that she was not so fond of his wife-to-be?
I really don't know how to answer that question. I guess I'm just not sure.
Interesting.
I was thinking the same thing. Hamilton and Mary Page attending Navia's wake arm in arm. Not very kosher.
No, I mean the sale going on at Target. I could have had the same shirt on sale if I had just waited a day.
Focus on our suspects, please.
Wow, Hamilton and Mary Page walking arm in arm.
Been there, done them. Next suspects.
Ah, Danny and Danny. They really do make an odd couple. He just seems to tower over her, kind of like the Leaning Tower at Pisa. Him with his young, sexy, all-American good looks. Those bedroom eyes, that sexy baritone voice. Oh.
And how about his fiancée?
Who?
Step out of it. Mrs. Halle Berry just arrived.
It's Boysenberry. Bradbury, you dingleberry.
Now there's one real body broad. Not to mention one damn fine pool shark.
Ah, body yes, but I like her too.
And then there's the good Reverend Lynn Lewis Landymore.
You mean creepy Reverend? Yeah, I think he was just a little too obsessed with Navia, don't you think?
It did look that way from Navia's wedding video.
Yeah, we saw him sniffing Navia's bridal bouquet. Pretty sick. Oh, it's Vivian Van Sheridan, and I see she's still popping pills.
Like mother, like daughter. Did we get the final test back from ASP?
No, he's sending us his findings via email.
And are you monitoring our email?
Yes.
By watching a Dukes of Hazzard DVD? Anything from ASP?
Nothing yet. But we have a ton of spam mail from the Coy and Vance Duke fan club. Oh wait, an email from ASP just popped up.
Now this is what we've been waiting for. Let's go in. You take that side of the room, and I'll take this one.
Okay.
Mrs. Bradbury?
It's Blueberry. Oh, wait, you got it right. You're one hell of a detective. Fag?
I don't smoke, remember?
No, your business associate, Nicholas. Where is he?
Good evening, Mr. Russell.
Hiya, Reb. What brings you here this evening?
I'm officiating Navia's wake.
I just bet you are. And keep your nose out of her flowers.
Oh, Lord, not you again. You stay away from my hair, dumbass.
Speaking of asses, that cream take care of your little problem?
Cleared it right up. Now I can sit in comfort during the wake. Thanks, Hammy.
That's why I became a pharmacist. My job is truly rewarding. Don't call me Hammy.
Well, it looks like all of our suspects have shown up.
Did you find anything out?
And no one is particularly chatty, but it is a wake, and everyone knows that we're here trying to solve Navia's mysterious death.
Would everyone please retreat to the chapel? The service is about to begin.
You have a plan, don't you?
Naturally. I will play our hand at the appropriate moment.
We're gonna get a card game going with the suspects here?
Oh my God.
Good evening, and thank you for coming to pay your last respects to a truly magnificent young lady. Young and vivacious, absolutely lovely to behold. Tall, robust, supple. And she always smelled so freaking great. I mean, bees would flock to her like a flower. A big, round, beautiful rose. Ugh! I'm hot. Anyone else hot, or is it just me? Anyway, we are here to pay tribute to Navia Van Sheridan. May she rest in peace. Whew, I am just sopping up here. Anyone else? Anyone? I would like to invite anyone to come up here and share a sweet, loving memory of the very lovely and beautifully shy Navia. Anyone at all? Anyone?
Thank you for coming, Mr. Smythe, Mr. Russell. I trust you have news about my daughter.
We have?
And you wanted to share the news here at her wake?
Oh, no. We're going to wait until the wake is over. My associate and I are ready to talk to all of the suspects. And since all of them are here, we didn't want to miss the opportunity. So, this seemed the logical choice.
So, you do know who killed my daughter?
Well, yes, we...
Navi and I were married on Saturday.
Yes, I know you love my daughter deeply. Blah, blah, blah. And now I would like to introduce a special guest speaker, Mr. Nicholas Wilfred Smythe III.
And his partner.
Business partner.
We know!
If you gentlemen would like to speak, now would be the best time. There's another service in here at 7:30 tonight. So let's move this along. Now!
Sorry, Rev.
As you all know, Miss Russell and I were hired by Vivian Van Sheridan to find Navia's killer.
And we've narrowed it down to you two.
Oh!
No, I'm just kidding. I've always wanted to say that. So, we were hired by Vivian Van Sheridan, huh?
We just got proof positive that Navia Van Sheridan was poisoned. Why are you gasping?
No, I got caught up in the moment.
Do you have any documentation?
Well, we do, but it's in our computer.
Anyone have a printer we can hook up to?
On the evening of the shower, Danny was in charge of the festivities. When Navia arrived and was surprised by all of her friends, she could see that she was a bit stressed. So Danny takes Navia aside and gives her half a Valium to calm her down. Later on, Hamilton's mother noticed that Navia looked tired. So Isadora takes Navia aside and gives her a pick-me-up. She didn't want her future daughter-in-law to fall asleep during her own bridal shower. When the shower was over, Navia and her mom were surprised by a mystery present left on the front stoop. The gift turned out to be a bottle of prescription pills, a mild sedative designed to calm nerves and help a person get a good night's sleep. Harmless enough when taken in moderation. We later found out that the mystery gift was sent by Navia's mother-in-law-to-be.
I did send the gift. It was a harmless joke. My future daughter-in-law suffered from panic attacks, and I wanted her to be calm on her wedding day. The pills were a mild sedative I had Hamilton fill. I thought they, along with the note, would lighten Navia's mood. She seemed so terribly distressed.
Let's turn our attention to the rehearsal dinner. Earlier in the day, Navia asked Hamilton to bring her some over-the-counter medicine to help calm her nerves. But, sensing that she would need something strong, Hamilton whipped up a stronger prescription. It pained him to see his beloved bride-to-be so depressed all of the time. Navia took 2 pills before dinner. Unfortunately, she washed them down with her vodka tonic. Not a wise move. But by the end of dinner, she was ready for Betty Bye, but still needed to get through dessert. Vivian saw that her daughter was having a terrible time staying awake, so she gave her a boost.
You are one sharp detective. But how do you know this? You weren't at the rehearsal dinner.
Oh, years of experience, keen eye, razor-sharp intellect. And I liberated your daughter's diary the second time Mr. Russell and I came to your home to meet with you.
He's quick that way.
Actually, women our age write in a journal, not a diary.
Right. Journal, not diary. Got it.
Navia didn't happen to write about a weekend trip to the mountains a couple of months ago. I was under a lot of stress and let's just say I wasn't performing my best that weekend.
Well, maybe we'll hang on to this for a little longer. Maybe not.
Anyway, your wedding day finally arrives, and Navia's pill-popping routine continues. She tells Danny that she's getting cold feet and may not be able to go through with the wedding. Danny gives her something to soothe her nerves. Naturally, the sedative that she gives Navia makes her sleepy. Once again, Vivian to the rescue with a quick pick-me-up. Then, moments before Navia is to walk down the aisle, she finds the blessed booze, sacramental wine, and takes a hefty swig. After they each state their vows, they receive a wafer symbolizing the body of Christ. Then they are to take a sip from the silver chalice. Now, the chalice is cleaned thoroughly after each use.
You better believe it, bloke.
What do you clean the chalice with?
Tarnex. It works like a charm.
And naturally, you're very meticulous.
Of course.
And so you're very careful about removing any Tarnex residue, especially around the rim of the chalice?
I should say so. I would be mortified if someone got a mouthful of cleanser and went and sipped from the holy cup.
Well put, Mrs. Frankenberry.
Exactly what are you saying, Mr. Smythe?
I'm simply stating all of our clues. The diary.
Journal.
Dumbass.
Oh, all right, journal. All of the prescription pills and the toxology report that came back from the lab. My colleague and I discovered that Navia's death was caused by Reverend Lynn Lewis Landymore.
Me? What the hell are you talking about? Yeah, I said it. I wasn't always a man of the cloth.
That's right, Reverend Landymore. Or should I say Lady Lavender Louise? Oh, stop it.
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay, you got me. Yes, I was Lady Lavender Louise, adored by many. I was the toast of Las Vegas. The world was my oyster. Then you get one bad review, and bam! All of a sudden, my career went south. I couldn't even get arrested in Sin City. So then I turned to the bottle, and then the bottle turned on me. I had nowhere to go. Despondent and suicidal, I found salvation in God. Aww. But I did not kill Navia.
Well, not intentionally, but that was a riveting story.
What do you mean, not intentionally?
Navia was killed by the poison wafer you gave her, but you did not poison the wafer.
Then who did?
There's only one person in this room that had the motive to commit murder. One person with everything to gain and nothing to lose. And that person is Mrs. Bumblebee.
Bradbury. Me? Why would I kill Navia?
You didn't. You wanted to kill Hamilton.
You're off your bird.
Am I? Am I?
I said you were.
Apparently, Reverend Landymore isn't the only one with a checkered past. It seems Mrs. Bradley wasn't always a sweet organist. Turns out that she was once a member of a notorious British street gang known as the Queens of Mercy.
Do you have any proof?
I have seen you look better.
I always hated that picture.
Anyway, she was no stranger to the wrong side of the law and did not take kindly to Welshers, especially when it comes to pool. Isn't that right, Hamilton?
Okay, so I didn't pay her. I don't exactly like being hustled.
Be that as it may, when you didn't honor your bet, Mrs. B decided to exact revenge. Since she was working in cahoots with Daniel McDaniel, she couldn't very well have him rough you up. So she chose to rely upon her devious criminal past.
And having access to the church, Mrs. Bradbury was able to poison the wafer that was intended for Hamilton, but unfortunately was given to Navia.
Very clever, but you left out one important thing.
Really? I thought we covered everything. The Queens of Mercy?
Creepy Rev was a big old drag queen?
The poison holy wafer?
Ooh, pool hustling.
You got us. What?
I used to run track in high school.
Now, I did not see that one coming.
Go after her, you dunderheads. I'm paying you to catch my daughter's killer.
Do you think this is where
I
they
believe
keep
so.
And there might be...
Possibly so.
But what if we bump
We'll
into...
try to avoid them.
Will you let me complete a...
No! Now, let's go look for her. Stop knocking on the caskets, Mr. Russell. She's not going to invite you in. You're going to have to open it. And you know she's not going to be in the first one.
You're probably right. Give it up. There's no place to go. Besides, I'm getting awfully dizzy.
You're right, Mrs. B. I did leave out one important detail.
Really? I thought you covered everything earlier. Queens of Mercy, Lady Lavender Louise, Boo Hustling.
No, you left out the poison holy wafer.
Thank you. What do you leave out?
That I was the reigning champ of the Tilt-A-Whirl Carnival ride in high school, 1972 to 74. Thank you. I rode that baby 52 times consecutively, and never once did I get dizzy or throw up.
You gotta be proud.
I still can't believe this bizarre turn of events.
Tragic, but true.
At least now we know the truth.
Yeah, not to shoot pool with Hamilton for money.
I had you two pegged as complete idiots.
Thank you.
But you came through in the end. Oh, here's a check for a job well done.
Oh my, this is very generous of you.
Wow.
Well, good luck to both of you.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Mr. Smythe.
What is it, Nicholas?
Nicholas, you're awfully chipper for a Brit.
Clients paying their bill in full always makes me happy. Plus, a generous tip to boot.
Well, that is nice, but...
What?
What are we gonna do with all this lovely loot?
It's going into our business account to cover our lovely assets.
But shouldn't we take some of this money and do something crazy with it?
No.
Well, we could use some new office furniture. How about something antique? Ooh, better yet, fruit wood.
We're sticking it in the bank.
How about some office draperies?
Our office is on the basement level. There are no windows.
Let's rent an office with windows. I am so tired of being on the bottom.
Really? I rather thought that's where you liked it.
You know where you can really stick that check?
You know, I just can't hate those two guys. Fag,